Have you ever noticed how Sonic's animation in 3D games has evolved? Especially in the jump from Sonic Forces to Sonic Frontiers. Forces was, well, underwhelming. The animation felt stiff, rushed, and didn't do justice for the character's personality or energy. It looked fine on the surface, but lacked the life and detail that longtime fans expected. Then came Frontiers, and things changed. The animations, especially in combat, cutscenes, and even idle moments, showed a huge step forward and showed that Sonic Team were taking the right path to ensuring that Sonic's animation would be fixed up. It really felt like Sonic had weight, emotion, and energy again. But even then, Frontiers didn't quite reach its full potential. You could tell the ambition was there, but maybe not the time or the budget really needed to fully realize it. Hence why a lot of reviewers, such as IGN, were talking about how Sonic Frontiers was a game that set the foundations very well for future 3D titles. I mean, obviously, I think Frontiers is an amazing game, and you can obviously have your opinion. What I'm trying to say is that Sega is clearly taking Sonic way more seriously now, with the massive success of the Sonic movies and just completely dogging Mufasa. And even the increasing game prices, which a lot of people feel a bit distant towards, but I'm honestly loving that Sega's having this confidence. I truly believe that the price of these Sonic games, if they are meeting the quality of their price tag, I think it's fine. But obviously you can have your opinions on that. There's more stronger fan engagement, and they've started putting real resources behind the series. Budgets are bigger, teams are better, and Sonic Team have gained far more serious confidence, especially after the warm reception to Frontiers and the hype, especially around Sonic X Shadow Generations. Well, forget about Superstars. And that brings us to what's next. I've got an insight into how the animation style in the next 3D Sonic game is shaping up, and trust me, if I've seen and heard any indication, they're pushing for something far more polished and expressive, and ever alive than before. And you might think I'm talking about Crossworlds. No. I'm very confident that this will be the next Sonic game's big production criteria. And also another two things, Sonic Team wants to switch over to Unreal Engine 5, which I'm not entirely sure about. Takashi Iizuka has realized the potential of Sonic and wants to push forward towards rivaling Mario, even though I prefer Sonic. Damn, this video is what, like 2 minutes? And I've already made like so many contradicting points. I'm gonna have a lot of haters. If you guys like Mario, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't like to waste anyone's time into this video, but before we get started, if you can like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Not gonna waste time, obviously, if you want to. Anyway, we're gonna go into this video that I found on Twitter. I have a bunch of news to show all of you guys about how Sonic's animation is changing. It's gonna be awesome. There was a video by Sega Informant. This one has sound, but if we go up, we'll be able to see this clearly. By Sega Informant. Alongside Sonic Team's work on Sonic X Shadow Generations, the team wanted to show the effects of deformation in character models with an internal motto, character expression never seen before. And this was their test animation. So we're gonna put this, I don't think there's any sound on it. We won't watch this one, we will watch the one that's down here. This one has sound on it, so we'll turn this up halfway.
Piece of cake!
I mean, this is awesome. First off, I just want to say that, obviously people are very controversial on the Sonic Hedgehog Engine 2 model. I'm honestly quite fine with it. I actually kind of like the model. Would I like longer quills? Of course, but look at this level of expression. I mean, even just from Sonic sliding down and, like, seeing the dust. Obviously, this isn't the best quality. Is there a better quality for this? Nope, that is the highest quality. Anyway, just look how expressive this is. Even just the way that Sonic gets hurt and, like, you see the rings kind of fall. They're all not falling in the same direction. This looks like a genuine in-game cutscene. This is what an in-game cutscene could look like. Even just the way that Sonic kind of goes more stretched as he's running fast to kind of show the sense of speed. Just everything about this is awesome. The squash and stretch. Surely, I know you guys are Sonic fans. You've definitely seen that video on the animation of Sonic games, and even just like things like this. They honestly looks incredible. I'm loving all of this. I love just the way that Sonic kind of clings to the wall. It's not just like where in Generations where he's kind of just sliding. It actually looks like there needs some sort of momentum and force. Yeah, very cool animation. And obviously, Sonic looks awesome. The one thing that I've noticed that some people make complaints about is that this Sonic is kind of a little bit more of a lighter blue. I kind of like that because it kind of like, Sonic can look dark, as you can see here. But I find that like, when Sonic's in like the bright areas, he can kind of have that brighter look, but when he goes into darker areas, if you play Sonic Frontiers and go into Chaos Island, you'll notice that Sonic gets a lot darker, so that's like a massive positive that you see a lot in with this new model. Well, it's not really new, it's been here since Forces, but it's massively improved. Anyway, this is the next part that I want to show by Sam Procrastinates. We've already seen this this kind of animation style in this video. However, this one is super awesome because we get to see the fully fledged animations and kind of like the differences. So this is what I truly believe that the next generation of Sonic games will look like going forward. Even if, and honestly, the graphics are going to look way better than this. These graphics are pretty awesome, but the graphics, if you look at the trailers and the cutscenes for Sonic X Shadow Generations, you can clearly tell how amazing Shadow looks in that game, and it just looks awesome. I mean, even just the way that Sonic is like, his longer quills, this model looks so much better. Even like the fur, if you wanna, I'll play the whole thing first, just so then you guys don't have to hear me talking non-stop, but we'll go over it in a second. Yeah, you can clearly see deform on and deform off. And obviously you can see how, like, it kind of still looks like Frontier Sonic, but like, oh my god, this looks, oh, this looks so good. Even just the little things that you see, like, look how smooth this jump is. Look how smooth this is. Obviously, I know that this is official or anything, but I'm just saying that just how this could look. Even the way that Sonic's quills, they move back in the wind, because obviously that's kind of what happens in Generations and pretty much every single other Sonic game. Generations and Unleashed handle it the best, when Sonic's quills, well, Unleashed handles it the best. Sonic's shiny shoes, the fact that he looks darker in some areas and then lighter in the others, it's just perfect. I just love it so much. Even just the way that Sonic's quills are fixed, there's not that stupid bald spot, which a lot of people find infuriating. Obviously you can just see the way that, like, how Sonic's head slightly moves and like his whole quills move at the same time. Yeah, this is just some awesome work. This is, if I was to have this on like a 4K TV and I was watching this and I was playing a new Sonic game, this is something that I would expect. This is what I expect from Sonic. I don't expect over the top, 3D hyper realistic graphics, even though I love Frontiers' art style. This is perfect. This would do amazing for me. I mean, I'm just loving how this has such a big difference with Deform. It's awesome. It's genuinely awesome. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, by the way. Anyway, this is what I want to show you as well. Notice this. The quills on Generation Sonic, a lot of people prefer, but I think that if Frontier Sonic had the same length of quills, it would look awesome. I genuinely believe that. They just need to, I think, work a bit on the shading when it comes to this Sonic, but this Frontier Sonic is beautiful. It's a beautiful model. You can't even deny that. And I know this person, Snazzy Sonic, said, I know I'm being nitpicky, but why did they use the Frontiers model? It's a long tweet, a long way away. But you can even see how the difference in the type of animation in that recent clip that I showed versus the animation in Frontiers. I do, if you can tell very much so that they were trying in terms of like the budget they had. Look at the way that Tails is smiling, and then Amy, obviously, you can tell that there's expression there. See how there's expression. However, there's no squash and stretch. There was love in Frontiers, 100% without a doubt. However, I find that they just didn't have the time or the budget, so it was kind of like a love letter. That's what I thought Frontiers was. Anyway, this is something that we could even hypothetically see in the next Sonic game. It's highly unlikely, but because of the increased budget, we could be seeing these types of CGI animations in the next Sonic game. I mean, I really would love that. Just having that ability to see Sonic in this CGI model. I've also seen a mod for the Frontiers model. The Frontiers model, there was one where like Sonic was hyper-realistic, but it looked like the CGI version. Really, really awesome. Anyway, I don't know why Eggman is trending. Don't know why. Anyway, this is another thing. Can I just see how Mazra is at it again with the most beautiful CGI? This is a very old tweet, I know, but just look at this. If we got something like this, in terms of the CGI, the level of the Sonic animation is definitely going up. We're not, obviously, I don't think we're going to be getting full-on CGI, because these are very costly. However, I do believe that, in general, the animation style is going up, and I'm not just proving it based off of that video that we saw, but I'm also proving it with these clips. Some of the animations and the dialogues, look at the fact that they're making animations for this Sonic game. Like, I know it's not Sonic Team, but it just shows that they have the budget. They now have the budget. They have the care. Everything is here. All they have to do now is just give them the tools that they need, the right team, and they go nuts. With previous Sonic games, you cannot compare this to Sonic, Team Sonic Racing in any shape or form. If you try and compare this to Team Sonic Racing, you just can't. Anyway, another thing as well, this is kind of like another point we can make. Animation can only fix some of the problems, but as in game, no Sonic character will substantially twist or morph beyond their idle animations. Poor shaping will chase him around every corner unless you animate your way around them, and that's a lot of work for such little player. I kind of disagree in the sense that, like, I feel this... Like, I still really do like this version of Sonic. I just think they could do amazing, because it's not really that much of a difference from, you know, Unleashed Sonic. However, I do prefer Unleashed Sonic, but I still think that this is a really awesome design. Let me know what you guys think about this whole point in the comments, or maybe I'm reading it wrong. I'm not entirely sure. I'm very open to interpretation. Anyway, here's another clip as well. The animation, it's going up, and this is super awesome, because we started seeing like little glimpses of animation increasing in Sonic Frontiers, but now we're seeing this fully flushed out, and you can only imagine they're only going to increase from Frontiers. It's not going to go down, it's not going to stagnate. This is going to be awesome, and I genuinely can't wait for this. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments and the evolution of Sonic's animation. Obviously, there are videos on YouTube that kind of explain this whole evolution of Sonic's animation, but however, we haven't looked into the future, and I think the future is looking amazing. We've got squash and stretch, we've got, you know, the smoothness, we've got, obviously, the Sega graphics, which, obviously, were in Shadow Generations, which look absolutely phenomenal. If you truly, like, even in Frontiers, go into photo mode, and go right next to Sonic, and just look at the amount of detail in his quills. And another thing, just turn on photo mode and go around Kronos or Oranos Island and just look at everything. Sonic Frontiers, Sonic X Shadow Generations, everything is just looking amazing. And even Sonic Movie 1, Sonic Movie 2, Sonic Movie 3, all the Sonic films were so amazing. I'm honestly it's an amazing time to be a Sonic fan right now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like me as a person, and we'll see you in another video. If you want to watch another one of these, then you can. And also, tell me what you think. I don't know.